picking up vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up vibrations. She's giving me the excitations.
Welcome to Waibrations. We're back. It is the year 2024. And, well, if you listen in, of course you're listening to our FM. It's a little old show, Waibrations, that started last year and we're carrying it on this year. Really excited to do so. Hey, if you're watching the TV as well, or the live stream online, which is another way to do it, you've got 92.7 on the radio, or you've got online, of course. You'll get shots of Castle Point, among other things. And it's looking particularly good today. Let me just tell you, I was just peeping my peepers over on the screen over there. There's already boats and cars and all sorts out there, and so there should be. It's lovely for sunny Friday. We've got a good weekend lined up, and excellent. I just thought I'd bring that up. It's I'm so used to coming in here. Looking out the window and looking at Castle Point, it's so gloomy and stuff, and we just got some fantastic weather at the moment, so I think that deserves a shout out. Good job. It's actually officially summer, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, welcome to today's show. We're here to support good vibrations in the Wairarapa region, and it says here that I should ramble about the summer break. Well, I've rambled about summer. About the break, yeah. Well, you had Christmas. I think I left you on the 8th of December, so it's been a good month with some cracking Christmas songs. If you'd allowed me to pat myself on the back, I appreciate it. And today's episode, New Year, New Wave. Now you only have me for half an hour today, unfortunately. I know, but We'll make up for it with some more banging tracks. So what you can expect is the Specials, Blondie, Talking Heads, but first the Buggles with Video Killed the Radio Star, and then after that we'll have a proper chat about the theme New Year, New Wave. But why do I play this song? Well, I hosted a pub quiz. Over the course of, a family pub quiz over the course of Christmas. A couple of them, actually, and always a bit of fun. And I kind of, in the back of my head, I knew it, but I was just very interested by the fact that one of the questions was that this song was the first song to play on MTV. And what an interesting era that would have been. To be around for. So the network launched August 1st, 1981, and this provided the first evidence that MTV was going to make it. And very aptly named, of course. But jumping into the guy, the Buggle, the main guy, Trevor Horn, he said he wrote this after reading a science fiction story about an opera singer in a world without sound. She was rendered obsolete, it says in brackets. What an interesting concept for a book. I'll just sidetrack myself for a second. I'll have to find that book. He said, before I started Buggles, I was a sort of a loser record producer. I spent 4 years producing records for various people without ever making any money out of it or having any success at all. Mainly, I just produced unsuccessful records because I couldn't seem to lay my hands on a good song. Eventually, I got so fed up with doing things that weren't successful, I decided that if I couldn't find a good artist and a good song, then I'd write it myself and become the artist. So I wrote this song called Video Killed the Radio Star with Bruce Woolley. What a song to start your career with. It's a pretty iconic 80s song. It's not a bad start. I know the name's awful, but at the time it was the era of the great punk thing. I'd got fed up of producing people who were generally idiots, but called themselves all sort of clever names like the Unwanted or the Unwashed or the Unheard. When it came to choosing a name, I thought I'd pick the most disgusting name possible. In retrospect, I have frequently regretted calling myself Buggles, but in those days I never really thought much about packaging or selling. All I wanted to do was make a good record, which, good job, Trevor. You certainly did do that. Iconic. Iconic. It reminds me a little bit of the plight of Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl regrets ever naming them that as well, where it's a bit of like I don't know, I'm guessing like a last minute choice, like, it doesn't matter, let's just go with that one. And then you got to sit there and listen to it for the rest of your career. Every paycheck you get from it, which, isn't the worst thing in the world, it says that ridiculous name on it. So, Buggles. I've heard worse. Anyway, I'll stop talking. Thank you again for tuning in. Let's have a fun 2024. I've got some awesome guests lined up. It's going to be great. And, of course, music.
I heard you on the wireless back in 52, lying awake intently tuning in on you. If I was young, it didn't stop you coming through. They took the credit for your second symphony, rewritten by machine on new technology. And now I understand the problems you could see. I met your children. What did you tell them?
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star.
Pictures came and broke your heart. And now we meet in an abandoned studio. We hear the playback and it seems so long ago. And you remember the jingles used to go. You were the first one. You were the last one.
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star.
In my mind and in my car, we can't rewind, we've gone too far.
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star.
In my mind and in my car, we can't rewind, we've gone too far. Pictures came and broke your heart. Put the blame on
Video killed the radio star. 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 Video killed the radio
His first track. Believe it or not, I'm limited for time, so I'm going to cut off that last 30 seconds. I do apologise, Trevor, the guy who wrote it, if you didn't catch it. Welcome to Waibrations. If you weren't here before, thank you for tuning in. It's Arrow FM. It's 92.7, or it's online. If you know what I'm talking about, you found it. What inspired me to pick today's theme? New year, new me. New year, new wave. Talking about that. Anyone gone for resolutions this year? I haven't heard any. Like I seem to believe in the early days of Facebook, especially that wild wild west. You couldn't go between January 1st and 5th. You couldn't go anywhere without online without seeing resolutions all over the place, and I didn't even see one this year, or at least they weren't posted, which is probably a more healthy way to go about it. So I'm going to assume that there's just as much going on, but people are not posting it, which is, if that's the case, well, I hope it's going well for you. I definitely have seen more people in the old gym, which is good. It's always a good thing, but I don't know why I've started this rant. If you've got any resolutions, send them in, particularly if they're funny, and I'll try and have a laugh out of them. But great, New Year, New Wave is where that yarn was supposed to go. I'm going to rein myself in a little bit. My reasons, it's just cool. It's just a cool era. Looking at the facts coming up, I'll try not to spill too many of my beans, but it's got like the attitude and like the look of punk, and then it did its own thing as well. But it's just not quite tied to quite as dark and important things. It's a bit more fun, which is nice in music every now and again. And I think that's why I like it so much, is because it's kind of the best of both worlds. So I think I just stole the thunder out of my first fact, but let's have a look at this. New Wave is a music genre that encompasses pop-oriented styles from the late 1970s through the 1980s, and is considered a lighter and more melodic broadening of punk culture. Well, we heard Trevor before mention that he didn't mention New Wave, he mentioned punk. So obviously that was still thinking on those lines. It was originally used as a catch-all for the various styles of music that emerged after punk rock, including punk itself. In the States, radio stations and venues began using the term New Wave, thinking that using punk rock would affect sales. Commercialism. Some of the first bands to play CBGB in New York under the classification of New Wave included the Talking Heads and Blondie, who are both coming up. As a result of its success, New Wave began to be used to classify countless acts in the early 1980s, sprung on by the success of MTV, as we discussed with our old man Trevor from the Bungles, and bands like Duran Duran, Billy Idol, and the Cars, and more dominated. Oh, they dominated television, radio. There was also a band called Television, so that's hence my confusion. But that's television, the box, the TV thing that you had to have a license for in England. Do you still need a license for a TV in England, or is that just an 80s thing? Anyway, I'd love to play more like your Billy Idols and your Duran Durans and stuff. They're all fantastic. Just half-hour episode today, so we're going to just, like I said, Blondie and Talking Heads coming up. First one being One Way or Another. This song has appeared in a number of movies and TV shows, often to imply dogged determination, not stalking. But the song itself is actually about a stalker. The lyrics are very dark and go into detail about a guy with evil intentions, but the music is very light and catchy, which is one of my favourite combinations in music. Beatles. The Beatles were very good at that. Maxwell Silver Hammer comes to mind first, where you got the outrageously positive, upbeat song. And if you actually looked at the lyrics separate to it, you go, oh, apparently this is the same. There you go. And it actually came from real events that Blondie was looking to put a more positive spin on. So here you go. Whether it means dogged determination or anything else to you, one way or another, Blondie, New Year, New Wave, Waibrations, let's do it. Sorry, Blondie, I keep talking. Oh no, I pressed pause. That took the hype out of the situation, didn't it? I'm sorry. Let's try that again. New Wave, new me, new not hitting pause when I start a song, That's my New Year's resolution, actually, is to stop hitting pause and to stop bad yarns before they carry.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. One way or another, I'm gonna win you. I'm gonna get you. One way or another, I'm gonna see you. I wanna meet you. One day, maybe next week, I'm gonna meet you. I'll meet you. I will drive past your house, and if the lights are all down, I'll see who's around. One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. One way or another, I'm gonna win you. I'll get you.
Burning Down House. Thank you, Talking Heads. That was very enjoyable. You did a good job. Good song. Welcome to Waibrations. If you're just tuning in, RFM 92.7 online. There's no cool number to say when you say online. Like you can't get, wairarapatv.com au. And then you got, that's actually not .au. And then you've got Channel 41. Actually, that sounds pretty cool. So you've got multiple options, and obviously, if you're listening or looking, I appreciate it. You're here. Let's do it. We've got New Year, New Wave is today's theme. We've had the Buggles. We've had Blondie. We just had Burning Down the House with the Talking Heads, where the drummer Chris Fratz and bass player Tina Weymouth, married since 1977, they're both big fans of funk, as you can probably tell. And they were I went to a P-Funk show at Madison Square Gardens in New York City. The crowd started chanting, "Burn down the house, burn down the house." This is before The Roof is on Fire, which is in itself a very cool song as well. But this gave them the idea for the title, as they explained to NPR. And they went and created the track, refined the groove even, and to form the lyrics, they picked words that fit the rhythms, which is why the words don't make a lot of sense. I'm a big fan of that, to be honest. Like, you get your Kurt Cobains, Beatles, John Lennon. I keep mentioning the Beatles today. But they're all very nonchalant about the meanings, but it sounded cool, which I think is underrated. We need more of that, definitely. And then that was also the case, obviously, in Talking Heads. It's a common practice in the world of funk as well, where you don't want the lyric to get in the way of groove on a good feel-good song. There you go, got there. And let's tie it all up. With a lot of help from MTV, that's been mentioned a lot today, who gave the video a lot of play, this song became Talking Heads' biggest hit, and didn't get a great deal of radio play at the time, according to this, but has endured as an 80s classic and is often used in movies and TV shows. So, as all of these have, actually. Upcoming in the Wairarapa, we've got not a lot of live music. Like last couple months, it's been going off, which has been lovely to see. But I can understand how it may have slowed down a bit after the silly season. But there is some stuff on. There's a song-to-stage songwriting retreat at the Breakridge Country Retreat and Spa at Martinborough, White Rock. That's very cool. It's a 3-day event there. It's actually just finishing today, I think. But keep an eye out for people coming out of that who will be around town, who just will have fresh music. I presume if there's song-to-stage songwriting, you'd say so. So then, maybe there'll be some gigs around that coming up, which will be cool. We've got Dan Walsh at Greytown Up Close and Personal, which is 75 North Street, and you guessed it, Greytown. This is on Sunday from 4 to 6:30. He's a very accomplished banjo player. Wow, that's a lot of words. He, very accomplished, toured around the world, all around good lad. That's what I get from that. And something a bit different. And if you're feeling like that, you're in Greytown this Sunday, in the late afternoon, then you got Dan Walsh at Greytown Up Close and Personal. But outside of that, I know there's some gigs coming up. We've got another big thing coming up, which is very cool to see. We had Nikki King as a guest a little while back while she was putting on last year's ones. But we've got more in town, a bit smaller, but it looks to be awesome. And then we've got the week after that, we've got the hometown return of the Dead Zephyrs with some awesome opening acts. We've got Captivated and Rampage, who are still both school acts, I think. But I'd heard heaps about both of them well before talking about to them about this gig. I think it's Rampage is like, if you like Metallica. So, cool stuff coming up. Maybe just a little quiet this weekend. Maybe take the weekend, enjoy the weather, go out to the beach or something. Why not? And on that note, I'm going to leave you with one song by the Specials. This is Ghost Town. So I think everything's been American so far. Yes, it has. So this is the British. Apparently goes under new wave. I don't know. I just like this song, and I've got it on vinyl. I think I'm just trying to put it in there because I feel like it. But the keyboardist Jerry Dammers wrote and recorded this in London apartment. On the surface is about the decline of Coventry, where the band grew up, but it meant a lot of different things. The band was breaking up. 3 of them were off to do another band, which was called Fun Boy 3. And then it also was a representation of England at that time. It was rather depressing, apparently. I wasn't there personally, but that helped it gain quite a bit of popularity. As many in the UK could relate, Coventry was a thriving industrial town in the 60s, but fell on hard times in the 80s. Ghost Town caught the mood of summer 1981 as levels of civil unrest not seen in a generation hit the UK. Before we were talking about Blondie's super positive song with a dark meaning. This is a very dark sounding song with a dark meaning. So enjoy that on this lovely sunny Friday. It's also vinyl. If I didn't mention already, there you go. It's 45. I'm so proud of it. It's got to be one of my absolute favourites. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in today's episode. We'll catch you next week.